I know. I said I wasn't going to do videos this weekend, but I just got out of work and I got some shit to talk about. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that. Get ready. Let's go. Sovereign citizens, this video is for you. So for those of you that don't know what a sovereign citizen is, these are people, it's a movement. It started back in 2022, and it's a movement of a bunch of, it's like conspiracy theory, a bunch of people that think that the law in the United States do not, by any means necessary, do not apply to them at all. So I'm cool. I'm at work today, and this is why I did this little mini rant, because I have a question and I got a story to tell, and of course a rant. But my question is, why would these people think this exists? That's the first question. And the rant is, I had a run-in with one today. And when I tell you it was the funnest thing in the world, it was fun. So I got a customer that came in. Of course, I'm not going to say the customer's name, but his name does rhyme with some. But besides that, he comes in and, how you doing? Welcome to where I work at. Welcome to where I work at. How can I help you today? So he needed 2 tires. He needed an oil change. He needed an alignment done. So I'm like, all right, cool, not a problem. So he goes, bring the car in. I gave him the price and everything. The first thing that threw warning signs was, is that with taxes or without taxes? So the ticket was about like $720. And he asked, is that with taxes or without? And I said, that's with tax, sir. And they're like, oh, I don't pay taxes. So in my store, we usually get people that have tax ID, tax exempt forms and shit like that. So I was like, oh, if you have your tax ID, I could go ahead and input it in, call the numbers, and take the taxes out for you. And everything. He's like, no, I don't have one of those. And I was like, well, without that, I won't be able to take the taxes out. And he was like, well, you're going to have to figure it out. And I'm going to be waiting for it. So figure it out, but I don't pay taxes. And I'm just like, all right, cool. I'll try to figure something out for you. We go get the work done. My guy comes and tells me, hey, he doesn't have any license plates. He has a tag in the front, but that's not a license plate. It said something there. And I was like, all right, well, let me go ask him. Maybe it fell off or something. And I asked him, and I was like, hey, did your license plate fall off or anything? He's like, no, I don't need one of those. So I'm thinking this guy is a fucking special a special spy guy for the government or some shit. I don't know, but I'm just like, nah, there are such things as government plates, so he still will get plates. So my next question is, if cops have to get plates and registrations, and government officials need to get plates and registrations, what makes these people think that they are above that, the law of doing that? What's the conspiracy about it? I've done some research. I haven't done a lot, but I have seen a lot of videos of like sovereign citizens get told by a cop or some shit like that. And if you guys want, I could go down that route and do all the videos of those, because those are pretty crazy. But anyway, so I was like, oh, all right. I wasn't paying too much mind to it. It was weird, but I was like, whatever. So I just kept on doing my thing at work, doing my shit. And one of my employees come to me and say, oh, he's a sovereign citizen. Because he was like talking to somebody over the phone. He overheard him say, yeah, this guy asking me for about plates and trying to charge me taxes and doing all this and da-da-da. These guys are crazy. Ha 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 ha, laughing about it, right? So he said, oh, he's a sovereign citizen. That's why he was asking you, he was saying all that shit. I was like, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Now it's time to have some fucking fun. That's what I told myself in my head. And my guy that I work with knows me pretty well. We worked with each other for about 7 years. So he kind of knows me very well. He's like, Ray, don't do nothing stupid. I'm like, I ain't going to do nothing. I'm just going go talk to him because he needs another part. It's going to be fun. So he needed another tie rod in order for us to do the alignment. And I told him tie rod's about 175. And he was like, all right, cool. That's good. So what's the total? And it was like 8 something with tax and everything. It was like almost 9. And he was just like, I said take the taxes out. And this is where this is where it was fun. And I said, first of all, I can't take taxes out because you don't have a tax exempt form. That's the only way that I can take the taxes out if you have one of those. And second of all, tone it down a bit, because the attitude needs to go away. I don't know what you want me to do. Well, I can give you a discount, or I can give you a 5% off, and that should cover whatever tax they're charging you. So I have no problem doing that to help you out, but I cannot make the taxes disappear without a tax exempt form. This is exactly how I told it to him. And then he said, well, you're going to have to figure something out because I'm not leaving here to pay while paying taxes and yada, 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 and all this other stuff. Now I'm like, that's fine. I'm like, sir, if you don't pay for the bill, then I stay with the car. Or I can take off all the parts and put the old parts back it out. You can leave. Right? Those are the 2 options you got. You're either going to pay for it, or I'll just won't do the work, and you can go somewhere else with that, and just see if somebody else can help you out with those tax situations. So anyway, long story short, he got pissed the fuck off. He started saying, you need to learn the laws of the United States of America. This is what he told me. I need to learn the laws, and my company needs to start taking courses on how to treat sovereign citizens. And I said, oh, so you're a sovereign citizen? He's like, yes. And I was like, yeah, you still pay taxes, though. I don't know where you're getting this, that you're not supposed to be paying them. But yeah, you're supposed to pay taxes. I've heard a bunch of people tell me, oh no, that's illegal. They can't charge you to pay taxes. They're charging you taxes on your check, and they're charging you taxes on everything you buy. You're not supposed to pay your taxes. And I said, go ahead and not pay your taxes, and let's see how that works out for you. Because Wesley Snipes right now knows what it feels like not to pay taxes. And they had lawyers, and the lawyers didn't see any rules saying that you don't have to pay taxes. You absolutely have to pay taxes, just like you have to have a driver's license and you have to have plates and registrations on your car. That's just like, since I was 1, I've known that this is all stuff that needs to happen. There's no way around it. There's no way you could fight it. You have to do it. Our men and women from the military have to do the whole thing. If anybody should be exempt from paying taxes and exempt from getting driver's licenses and registrations and plates, it would be our military men and women. It wouldn't be you. What the fuck did you do? What have you done for this country for you to think that you are above anything? Sorry, that doesn't work that way. But anyways, that's my little rant real quick. So I told him, and I just pretty much up and down said, those are your 2 options. I don't know what you want me to do about it. I'm not going to not charge you taxes because there's no way for me to do that. And there's not a sovereign citizen button in my computer. Because that doesn't exist in the world. It might exist in your life. It might exist in your head. It might exist in the group of people that you hang out with. It doesn't exist in the real world. But good luck with that. And he was like, I don't need luck. I don't need luck. I've gone every place that I've gone to, they don't charge me taxes. And I'm like, that's a lie. I can almost guarantee that that's a lie. Because I've worked in a lot of different companies, not only in the auto part industry, but in other things too. And every company that I've worked for, we charge our customers taxes all the time, unless they were tax exempt. Then they don't pay the taxes. That makes sense so far? Yeah, it does, because that's life. So he's telling me all these stories about, I got pulled over, cop tried to do the same, tried to give me this, tried to do that, and I told her, I'm not getting out the car, I'm not doing this, and I'm not doing that, and I'm like, and then what happened? And he was like, he had the nerve to arrest me. And what happened? He's like, yeah, I got out and I spent all this money on lawyers. I was suing the police department and and all this other stuff. And I'm like, how did that work out? They're like, oh, paperwork wise, I didn't win the case. No. You didn't win the case because what you believe in doesn't exist, sir. It doesn't exist. It doesn't. I did enough research to know that if you're a sovereign citizen, you still need to pay for your registration. You still need to have a driver's license. You still need to have all that. You still need to pay taxes. You still need to do all that. You're not exempt from anything. Now, if I'm wrong, which I doubt I am, I'm about 99.99999% right. But if that 0.00001% says I am wrong, how do I sign up? If this is a thing, why isn't everybody doing it? Do you have to be born into it? Is it like a gang? Or do you have to like kill 3 goats and fuck 4 chickens in the ass in order for you to get in? I don't understand the rules of how to get in. Because if that's accurate, I'm not understanding why the whole world is not doing it. That just makes sense to me, right? So he got upset and everything. And he was like, so what are we going to do? I was like, what are you going to do? I told you the 2 options. So it's up to you which option you want. I could tell him to stop now, and we pretty much started the job, but we weren't finished. We were nowhere close to finish. I was like, I could tell him to stop right now because he hasn't done everything yet. And we could back it out and you could go take it to somewhere. They could, give you what you want. I can't take the taxes out. Sorry. I apologize. So he was like, do the job. Go ahead and do the job. I'll pay the taxes. Okay. So my guy does the job. Car runs perfectly fine now. Everything's good. Copacetic. Guy pays for it, leaves. I get a phone call an hour later. My district manager saying, why is it that I have an email saying that a customer called our corporate office and said that you were disrespectful to him, and obviously he didn't know who he was. I think the email went, I felt very disrespected going into this establishment. Obviously, that company doesn't train their employees properly and let them know the rules of people like me, and and the last part it says sovereign citizen and then the guy's name. And then I was like, did you read the whole email? And my boss was like, I read the part where he was complaining. And I was like, did you read the bottom part of it? It says sovereign citizen and then his name at the bottom. And he said, oh, fuck. Those are my district manager's words. And I said, yeah, so that's what I dealt with today on a Sunday. And he said, yeah, I'll just ignore it. I'm sorry about that. I was like, not a problem, boss. Hung up the phone on him and everything was fine. And then, but my whole thing is, are we that fucking nuts as a people to realistically think some new, I don't get it. I don't understand how that works. Like, how can you make your brain believe that you're above all that and actually like fight for it like it actually exists? I don't understand it. I want to understand it. I want to see how is it they got tricked into believing this. Because if it's a conspiracy theory, a group of conspiracy theory people, and all of that, like, I guess people are just fucking nuts. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. People are just fucking crazy, and that's fine. We're all a little bit crazy. I know I am. Man, that shit on my lip got some shit on this lip. I know I am. This has been hurting. When I get stressed, I get blisters in my fucking face. It's not herpes. But, I mean, realistically, it is. It's herplex. Or what's the name of it? I forgot the name of it. Federico's next to me, by the way. But that's just what I wanted to talk to you guys about. Something light. Like, why do these people think that? Like, I need to hear the manifesto of the person that created this shit, that pushed it, and came up with all these rules that they don't have to follow. Because I tell you what, I've seen a lot. I don't know how many, but I've seen a lot of the videos of disarming citizens dealing with cops. And it always ends up the same exact fucking way. Cindy Cruz got charged for resisting arrest, not having a valid driver's license, and not having insurance or registration for the vehicle she was driving. It all ends up the same exact way. So this is the other thing. If they see that people that's not working, that being a sovereign citizen doesn't exist and it doesn't mean anything, if they see that these people are getting arrested and then they come out of jail and then hire their lawyers and try to sue and lose, if they see that they're not gaining nothing out of this but fucking their life up, why do they keep on believing this shit works? Maybe I'm misinformed. I don't know. But everything that I've read says that doesn't exist. It's false. It's their imagination running wild. I don't know. I guess what it is some people just wanna feel like they're important in one way or another. And if they're not important in their own personal lives, and if they're not important in their professional lives, then I guess they'll latch on to anything that makes them think that they're important. That's my guess on it. And that's a mental issue. That is a very, very small form, but it's still a form of a mental issue. You can't think that you're exempt from anything. I've seen judges get arrested. I've seen cops get arrested. You're not exempt. If they're not exempt, what makes you think you're exempt? You're just like everybody else. You're a human being that needs to pay your taxes, then you have to have a valid driver's license, that has to pay for your insurance, and have registration for your vehicle. That's just what it is. Everybody else in the world had learned how to deal with it and do it every single fucking month. And every year for your registration. So I would love to have that type of imagination and feel like to think that I'm that special. I don't know, man. But if you guys do want me to do the sovereign citizen videos, just react to these people dealing with cops and just have fun with it, let me know down below, man. I'll do them. I'll do once a week. I'll do a video once a week of it. Just because it's fun. Just because when I watch it, I get entertained. Because these people, they wholeheartedly, in their heart, in their soul, believe that this is actually a thing. And that to me is crazy. It is nuts. It is entertaining though, watching them deal with it. Because there was this one that this girl didn't have a license, and she had her plates, but it was old, I think it was like old plates or not her plates or some shit like that. And it didn't have any, she didn't have a registration sticker. She didn't have any form of information, no ID, no nothing. And she gets pulled over. And it was simple. And that's another thing that I want to say. Cops get a lot of bullshit by a lot of people in this world. They get a lot of bullshit. I've been like on this interrogation videos on YouTube and, pulling over vehicles on YouTube and shit like that because they're entertaining, and you can learn a lot from the laws that they're reading, so you know what to do, what not to do. I mainly watch it for entertainment purposes, but I learn a lot of shit from it though. And people give cops a lot of bullshit, but if they see these videos and they see the type of people that the cops actually deal with on a daily basis, I think people will look at cops completely differently. Because I know for a fact that I couldn't do it. I know for a fact that if I pull somebody over and I say, license and registration, please, or do you know why I pulled you over? You ran a red light, or you didn't stop at a stop sign, or you don't have your seatbelt on, or whatever the fucking reason is that I pulled them over, and they come at me with some bullshit like that, and they start getting rowdy, and start getting loud, and start hitting me, I'm punching you dead in the throat, and there's nothing you can do about it. You're gonna be just got punched. That's it. So that's why I don't have a uniform. That's exactly why I don't have a uniform. This shit in my lip is crazy. That's exactly why I don't have a uniform. For a cop. I can't be one. I don't have the patience, and I don't have that's the word. That's the word. I don't have the fucking patience to deal with people like that. People know they're driving their vehicles with no license. They know it's illegal. They know they need to have a license on them. They know all of this. They know that you have to stop at a red light. They know you have to stop at a stop sign. They know you have to use your turning signal when changing lanes. They know all the rules to this shit, because if they didn't, they would have not gotten their license. They know these rules. Why give the cops bullshit? There's many videos that I've seen of people doing their thing, going ballistic on these cops, when all they were going to get was a ticket. That's all they were going to get. They were going to get either a seatbelt ticket or a brake light ticket or something like that. That's all they were going to get. And you know how each video ends up? This person gets locked up in just 3 years because they had a suspended license and they had weed in the car, they had a gun in the car, they had some stupid shit. But then, why fight it? I get it. You're fighting because you don't want to go to jail. So you're going to lie and you're going to make shit up to think like the cops are that dumb they're going to believe the stupid shit that comes out your mouth. They could check by your birthday and your name to see if you have a valid driver's license or not. They don't need the actual license. You have to have it, but they don't need it to check your shit out. So why fight with them? You know you shouldn't be driving that car. You're driving it anyway. So you come out, the cops frisk you, and you say, oh, he touched me in a bad, inappropriate way. Come up with any excuse just not to get in trouble. And every video that I've seen, with every freaking person that I've seen, of every different nationality and color, every one of them that I've seen, guess what? The video ends up them getting locked the fuck up. It's a lot easier if you're cordial with the cops, do as they say, follow through the procedures the proper way, and maybe they get you the fuck out of there and you don't even get locked up. You probably won't even get a ticket. They'll probably give you a warning. I've seen that happen. It's happened to me. I had a brake light that was out when I was doing 75 miles an hour on a 45. Cop pulls me over and he's like, you know why I pulled you over? And I was like, yeah, probably because of my brake light, because I was speeding. I know, I apologize. I'm late to work and I'm trying to get there as quick as possible and I shouldn't be seeing you. You're right, I'm wrong. All right, give me 1 second. Let me see your license and registration. Give him my license and registration. Goes to his car for about 2-3 minutes. Comes back. Just keep it under 45. Gives me my shit back and I leave. No ticket, no nothing, no warning. Now, let's say they pulled me over and I said, man, fuck this shit. I'm a sovereign citizen, man. I'm not gonna give you my information. Why? I'm not gonna do this. Why? No, I'm not gonna do shit. No, you're not my boss. I'm your boss. I pay your taxes. But if you're a sovereign citizen, how are you paying the cops taxes when you don't pay taxes? That's the question. That's the question. So you see how they trample themselves in the stupidity that comes out their fucking mouth? And then they're surprised when they get locked up. I guess is everybody needs something, man. Everybody needs something in order for them to feel like they're important or whatever the case is. And I get it. Like, everybody wants to feel important. Everybody wants to feel, respected and all that. I get it. I understand the human brain is a crazy thing. But if you know that this is a conspiracy theory, because I'm almost sure that the people that put themselves in that group know that there's no rule out there saying that this really exists, but their brains somehow tell them that it does, and they think that they're exempt from everything. I don't know. Oh, at the end of the story is he paid his fucking bill. I didn't give him no other fucking choice because he couldn't drive that car back to Miami the way that shit was. So he paid the bill and made a complaint, and the complaint went nowhere. So just letting you know, if you're a sovereign citizen and you need work done in your car, you pay taxes. Don't think you don't, because you do. Unless you get a tax exempt form. If you give me a tax exempt form with an actual active number, I can make anything happen with that. I can absolutely not charge you taxes. But there's no such thing as tax exempt for sovereign citizens. So you got to pay your taxes, bro. You got to get a driver's license. You got to get a plate. You got to get all that. I was low key about to call one of my cop friends and tell him, yo, this guy's leaving out of here. He has no plates and no registrations. This is the car. If you see him, pull his ass over, give him a fucking $500 ticket just to fuck with him. But I did it. It wouldn't sit well with me. I do have cop friends, but we don't talk about the law. When we get together, we drink and we talk. We don't talk about nothing but the law. I don't talk to them about shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I don't like talking to cops too much because around my area, these cops don't like my kind. And that is the absolute fucking fact. They do not like my kind. They tolerate our kind, but they do not like them. So I just do what I do. I follow the rules as much as I can and make sure that my pulling over, it's limited to like once a year. I drive 45 everywhere now. I use my turn signal. I'll have my seatbelt on, as you can tell. I try to stay away from the law as much as possible. I don't ever want to see cuffs ever again. I don't ever want to deal with it. But, I mean, moral of the story is, if you do some shit illegal and a cop pulls you the fuck over, just fucking go with it, bro. You knew you should have not been doing it in the first fucking place, and now you want to get rowdy because you got caught. That's just dumb. If you get caught, man the fuck up, do your fucking time, or pay whatever you need to pay, and keep on going with your life, man. People have messed their lives up. And a lot of them are in Florida. A lot of people mess their lives up trying to play these games with these cops. And it always ends up the same exact fucking way. They don't win. They just mess up their lives more. Now, there are some cops out there that are fucking assholes. There are some cops out there that are crooked as fuck. There are some cops out there that are racist as fuck. I'm not dumb. Cops are people too. They're humans. I get that. But a lot of people start in they initiate the first meeting when the cop pulls you over in a very professional, respectful manner. I have never seen a cop pull somebody over like real rowdy and shit. Not saying that it never happened. Just saying I've never seen it. But for the majority of the parts, I've seen a lot of these fucking videos. They're pretty cordial. They're pretty nice. And then they act accordingly. You wild the fuck out, and then you're asking why the fuck are you in cuffs? Because you're wilding the fuck out right now. That's why you're in cuffs. It's not, I'm fucking done. It's not that hard to understand that shit. Yes, there are some that are bad apples, just like every other type of people in the world. You're gonna have your bad apples, and that goes for cops too. You're gonna have your bad apples. But as long as you do everything still respectful and to the point, you should be fine. You should be fine. That's just me, man. I don't know. I see the world in a different way than a lot of fucking people do. And I don't know. People are just fucking crazy. Well, that was it. I just wanted to bitch. I just wanted to bitch a little bit about the little, the nice little meeting that I had today at work with the sovereign citizen. I never thought in a million years, man. These people are nuts. If you guys want me to do more of the videos like that, if you want me to do those type of videos and react to like, you know, people getting pranked or people doing like the sovereign citizens, people getting pulled over, interrogation room shit. If you guys want me to do more type of videos like that, I would love it because I watch those all the fucking time and I'm like low-key addicted to it. Just like the serial killers documentaries and shit like that. So if you guys want me to add that type of content to the page, please let me know. Because I will add that as a extra bonus shit on my page. Or maybe open up a new page and just do reactions like that on a new page. So just guys let me know and I'll work it out and get some videos together and get them out to you guys as soon as possible. I love all of you. I'm going to talk to you guys tomorrow. I'm just about to get home in a minute. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Peace.